Ned Brockman will be coming on the program after 8 because Ned is only too happy to step aside for a legend right now. Mr. Stacey Jones, coach of New Zealand. Do you remember what happened last time the Kiwis played the Kangaroos?
It's a record win over Australia for New Zealand. 30-0.
That was the then Michael Maguire coached Kiwis, winning 30-0 Pacific Championship final last year. Now, the absolute legend, and he is, Stacey Jones steps up to the plate in what will be a huge thrill for him, coach of New Zealand, and he's on the line right now. Stacey, welcome to the Breakfast Show here on SEN.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, look, can we ask just on a personal note, first of all, how big this is for you to be coach of your country? You represented almost 50 times in rugby league for the Kiwis. Now you're a coach. How big is the honour?
Yeah, it's certainly a proud moment, or proud time, Ossie, being in this privileged position. Fortunate enough to work under Michael Maguire in his tenure as a Kiwis coach. So, learnt a lot from him, and being put in this position, it's something I'm really honoured and excited about.
We get to see your team play on Sunday against the Kangaroos. Does Stacey Jones bring his own coaching style? Would you say that you're a bit of all those that you've worked with? Because we're yet to see you as a head coach in the NRL. So what is the coaching style, the playing style? Will it be the Stacey Jones DNA evidenced in the Kiwis' performance on Sunday?
Oh, look, it's a little bit different as far as, you only get a short period of preparation. And the main thing from me is really just keeping things as simple as possible. The main thing is making sure that we connect as a group, and it's quite easy to do that in a Kiwis environment. All of these, the players and even the staff are passionate about the Kiwi jersey and the space we're in. So there's certainly been standards that were put in place last year. Very, very lucky to have a strong leadership group and a very strong captain in James Fisher-Harris, who certainly sets the bar high. So my job is really to make sure that we're as tight as we can, and that the team are prepared, and the messaging has been pretty simple.
Stacey, as we heard that play on audio, you think to yourself, oh, no pressure, Stacey, after a 30-0 result for the Kiwis last test. So how do you feel delivering that simple message you just referred to after a 30-0 win last start?
Oh, look, that was unreal. Again, I was fortunate enough to be a part of the coaching setup, and what happened last year. Certainly one of the greatest moments of the Kiwi Rugby League history. And look, I know that there's pressure on, but look, there was a few headaches going on the last month. There's players that were part of the team last year that aren't there, but we feel we've put together a squad that want to be in the space. So it's certainly hasn't been a smooth ride as far as getting a squad together. Late changes at the last minute, and we didn't know what our team was going to be till right after the grand final, and even then, it was tough with in particular the injury to Jerome Hughes was tough, but very fortunate enough that Sean Johnson has put his hand up and knows that he's coming into a squad and knows a role that he can play.
We might come back to Sean in one moment, but your answer a short while ago, you referred to really simple messaging around this test. What is it, if you don't mind me asking?
We're not getting too technical with anything. Just coming up with simple plays. Everyone plays the same way. Everyone has the same style of play as far as moves that they do, and it's just doing it a little bit better. And I'm lucky enough to be coaching a squad that are all elite and all professional, and they know what they want. So again, the simple thing is me just making sure that things run smoothly, trainings are spot on, and all our previews and meetings and that there's not not mixed messages, and that everyone's clear on their role.
What a unique situation it is, Stacey. As a rugby league fan, I'm as excited about your youngest player in your side as I am the oldest. Like to see Shaun Johnson play. This could be a fairy tale, but Keano Kini at fullback. Yet in the playing of the game, they need to have instant connectivity. Your spine players. So Keano Kini and Johnson have never played together, nor would Chance Nickel-Klukstad have played with Keano Kini. How has that all come together quickly? What can you excite us about? What you've seen on the training paddock from young Kini and combinations with those others.
Yeah, and don't forget Phoenix Crossland. So
True,
it's a totally new spine that we've got. Look, the experience that Shaun brings, how he communicates with the other players, and I know Keano is really excited to be playing alongside Shaun and Chance, and Phoenix also finding his way. So just lucky that Shaun's been able to just keep everything fairly calm and clear on what he wants. And my message to Shaun was, you're coming into this group and you know what you're best at. Shaun's best attribute to this group is his communication, getting us to the right parts of the field and making sure that our last plays are solid. So that's what Shaun's really good at. That's what he'll bring, and that calming influence to the guys like Keano and Phoenix and Chance.
We're speaking with the great Stacey Jones as he prepares the Kiwis to play the Kangaroos on Sunday. Stacey, we've mentioned Kini and Crossland. Along with Will Warbrick, Nafahu White and Jordan Ricky, there are your 5 Test debutants on Sunday. Which debutant has been most excited in preparation this week?
They all have been. To be fair, when you especially when you name the team out and, you can see the teary eyes and they get up and talk about what it means for them to be a part of this group, growing up and watching the Kiwis. So they all have their own ways of going about it, and they're all, I couldn't separate any of them of how excited they are.
All right. One last, I don't know how much of the game plan you want to reveal, but another element of the game that, I even think the game could be won in the air. And let me explain myself. I think we could have bombs to the corners, unders or overs. We're going overs. Coates, Lomax versus Isako, Warbrick. One, you've got to come up with a plan to defuse what they do, but 2, it could be your biggest attacking weapon, Stacey. Is that fair to say? They're very talented wingers on show, both teams. Very good at catching high balls.
Yeah, how exciting. The game now, you see the ball being kicked in the air and teams competing for the ball, and you've got to be rock solid under the high ball. But, 4 of the best in the game, how they go after it in particular. Lomax is very strong in the air, and Coates has, athleticism to do what he can do. So, Will, what he does, and then Jermaine. So, mouth-watering stuff when that ball goes in the air, and we've just got to make sure that everyone, does a job there, that they get around, and if there's any loose balls on the ground, we're there to pick it up.
Stacey, Shaun Johnson, happily in retirement. He's sprawled out on the banana chair, daiquiri in hand. The phone lights up, Stacey Jones. What's the first word he said to you when he answered that call?
Oh, look, it's been an ongoing chat with Shaun. I sort of gave a bit of a heads up if he'd be interested in it. And look, he said, look, you got Jerome there, which we knew, but I was just thinking, mate, you've got to have a plan A, B, and C here, So, and then when the Jerome news came to us a couple of days after the grand final that he needed a rest and his neck was was in that much pain. I just needed someone who could do the best job as far as getting this team around the field, and I just painted the picture to Shaun. This is it. This is your last chance to come and play some footy at this level, and you've had a wonderful year, Shaun. The back end of how what you did in the Cronulla game, you just went and enjoyed yourself, and that's what I want from Shaun, and he's doing that. He's enjoying himself being around this group. There's not a lot of pressure, and again, the simple, clear messaging for him is what Shaun wants. I'm not trying to confuse him too much. He knows what he wants, and we go with that.
How good. All right, we can't wait for it. Sunday afternoon, you can watch it on Fox League. In fact, the Gillaroos and so the women and the men, Australia v New Zealand, doesn't get any better. Thanks for your time this morning on the show, Stacey.
Hey, my pleasure, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Legend, Stacey Jones on SEN.